And hello, everybody. I'm your host, Doc Bob Lee, and you're watching Open. It's the live interactive program that brings the Bronx and New York City straight to your TV set. You can stay connected to us through social media at BronxNet TV. Leading things off, 4 award inclusion, right? Yep. You got the award including consulting, and they're holding a series of bully prevention and abuse of power events. And they're joining us with a closer look. We have Jolisa, the CEO. Jolisa Beavers, we welcome you to the show.
Thank you.
So, you said, let me put something together because something took place in my life that I want to help other people to learn how to correct. Tell us about it.
So I identify with a number of marginalized experiences.
Mm-hmm.
I grew up in Harlem all my life.
Harlem World.
Yes, to a grandmother from North Carolina. So a lot of my experiences that took place, I started off in hospitality and then went to education. And then I decided, hey, I'm doing this work in education and I need to do what I'm passionate about. And I wanted to support and take care of the needs of those and youth specifically from marginalized experiences.
Yeah. So bullying prevention and the abuse of power. Mm-hmm. Explain it.
So we have 4 programs in the organization. Our programs are for youth, educators, parents and guardians, and then for community or youth-driven organizations. And we really support communities, specifically around the New York City metropolitan area, based on what the need is. So in 2007, the education system released a report that bully reports and incidents had increased by 300% since 5 years before in 2012. At that point, we said we need to do something. And then most recently, we learned that at least 150 schools, teachers are reporting over 10 bully incidents, and that's only what teachers are seeing. Yeah. So 64% of bully reports aren't reported, and then most of the bullying that happens in the cafeteria, in the playground, in staircases where teachers don't even notice it. So from that, we decided that we have the information and we have the knowledge to support educators and parents to do something about it and prevent bullying from happening in the first place.
I like it. How'd you guys come up with the name, forwardinclusion.org?
So Forward Inclusion really is about moving forward. So you see I have the shirt on. Yeah. It's really about moving forward. It's this idea of progressing. I'll definitely get you a shirt. It's about the idea of progressing and moving forward and having an adult learning mentality. So a lot of our work is around vulnerability. It's around engaging with the content and engaging with others in the room so that we can learn from each other and build empathy for the diverse experiences that exist.
I like it. You say we and our and us a lot. Who are some of the people in your crew?
So when I say we and our, I'm talking about a school psychologist that I work with. I'm talking about our board of directors. I'm talking about Saisha Hewitt.
Saisha.
Yes. We have Tiffany Alvarez-Smith, who's on the board of directors, Colin Stokes. And then even my mom. My mom is one of the reasons I went into education. She's been an educator for forever, right? Yeah. She works with the Mount Vernon School District now. So this is the group that really supports us and is all about moving forward.
And what's unique about your program?
I would say what's unique about the program is that we are sharing information. So we give you data, then we're giving you information and tools to grapple with that you may or may not have seen before. But what is going to be unique is the way that we engage you around those type of tools. Yeah. So coming into a space and creating a brave space where you can actually move forward, you can be vulnerable, you can empathize with others and say, hey, the reasons that some kids are bullying others, I may actually be addressing those same behaviors in the household or changing and shifting bullying from a childhood issue. Like if you look it up, it sometimes says school-based problems when really bullying happens in our communities, our homes, and even in the workplace.
Well, your team is very proud of you right now because you're laying it all out. Wait a minute. Tell us about the free workshops that you have.
So each year we provide a number of free workshops. We actually started this year. So we held our first bully prevention and the abuse of power workshop in Harlem. That was on November 7th. We have 2 more events coming up this month. In Brooklyn on the 10th, and then in Queens on the 17th.
You're all over the place.
Yep,
and then 5 boroughs in Mount Vernon too.
Yes, and then we went to a church in Mount Vernon, and then we're headed to the Bronx. So we are covering Staten Island will be next, but we want to make sure that every single parent and educator has the opportunity to prevent bully behavior, and we're sharing the information that we have.
And what do people learn when they come to some of your workshops?
Some of the things they learn are, why do bullies bully? And then what are the impacts of the bully, right? Oftentimes we talk about the victim, but when you're someone that is bullying others or participating in bully behavior,
they have a situation going on.
They have a situation as well. They have long-term and short-term impacts as well. So we embrace those. We talk about those. A lot of it sometimes stems from, I don't have enough attention at home. And we talk about what are the things that parents could be doing differently, or the hard parts. If I'm working from 9 to 5, I drop my kids off at 7:30, I pick them up at 6, right? By that time, we have time to have dinner, take a shower, read a book, and go to bed. Yeah. So if I'm having a stressful week, then the stress that I'm feeling and not taking care of myself impacts the kids.
And a lot of us have bullying experiences and stories that we can talk about. I know I've got mine. I wasn't a bully. But the bully needs that help also. And sometimes when you tackle that bully, you can eliminate a whole lot of problems in the school. But then there's something called cyberbullying. Talk about that. How do you address that?
Cyberbullying is a completely new, and I wouldn't say completely new at this point, but it's a newer experience because we have so much technology. And I think for parents and guardians, it's very difficult to think about, I need my children to have a cell phone because the communities may not be safe and they have to get home from school and I want them to be able to communicate with me. But then how do I actually navigate what they're viewing on their cell phones? So a part of it is building confidence. So a lot of our youth workshops and leadership workshops are around building youth confidence and helping them to build the tools and the communication skills to be their own best advocates. So a lot of times children know exactly what they're experiencing. They know something doesn't feel right, but they just don't know how to talk about it.
Yeah, or don't want to tell, So they need that person that they can trust, somebody that they can talk to, whether it be their parent, somebody in the school, or another friend where they can get the word out and they can do something about it, because I'm sure there's a lot that goes on that's untold. And it's held down and held back. So you don't have those statistics because people are not coming out.
Exactly, and that's one of the great parts about our programs being for youth, educators, parents, and then community organizations is that we have an opportunity to work with youth, so we can ask them what are the things that you're experiencing from an anonymous base, but we can use those same quotes and those same experiences for our adult bully prevention workshops.
I like it. ForwardInclusion.com. Forward Inclusion Consulting Incorporated. Jolisa Beavers, CEO. Sounds so good, right?
Thank you very much.
Thank you so much. Thanks for coming by. That's the website right there, right?
Yes.
Forward Inclusion. Well, you got to put that dash in there.
Yes.
Forward-inclusion.org. All right, Jolisa, we're going to take a break right here. I've got more coming up next.